Handling debt collectors can be a challenge, but there is a way to finesse the situation. Financial expert Marquita Miller has some easy steps for us to follow. So, we were kind of talking about this. Good people who always plan on paying their bills. Sometimes certain situations you can fall into this.
Absolutely. If you're going in encountering a divorce, or you move and you change your address and things fall through the crack, or even we were talking about if you accidentally write a check off a closed account, you pick up the wrong checkbook. So there are some things that can cause you to enter into dealing with collectors that are not as a result of you just not paying your bills. So we all need to know what to do if you're faced with that situation.
Absolutely, and this is kind of the time of the year when some of those issues crop up. So first thing, can collectors actually call you at any time, and can they say just about anything to you?
No, and there are agencies that do monitor that, and so there are rules to credit and collections, and a lot of times you have to be very careful because this is how scams come through the door as well. And so when you're getting phone calls at odd times, most credit reporting agencies understand that there are rules and times that you can call, and you cannot just say things to people, anything you want. You cannot harass them. And so there are guidelines, and you can actually ask for them not to call you and send something in mail. Now, there can be some repercussions to that, but they cannot just say anything that they want to you.
Okay, yeah, I loved it. I got one from Apple ID, which there should have been a space in it saying that I owed money for my iCloud, and quickly caught that. But yeah, these scams just pop out of nowhere.
They absolutely do, and sometimes people get nervous and think it's the real thing. So you want to investigate, always contact the company and ask for something in writing so you can make sure it's really an account that you had.
Okay, and then let's say, you're getting the calls, maybe you're getting some emails. If you don't respond to it, is it going to go away, or do you have to address it?
It's not going to go away. You have to take action. When you see something that appears, you want to, number one, investigate, is it true and is it accurate? So that's why I say about having them mail you something, you address and identify for the company that it's sent from, make sure it's a company you actually did business with, ask for proof of that, and then you're going to have to take action by deciding how you're going to resolve this. Is it something that you financially can do right now? Is it something you need to make payments? Or even maybe you need to consult with someone, but you must take action. You cannot just think that it's going to go away, because this can continue to increase and go to another level. So it's better for you to respond quickly so that you can be in charge of it and not be reactive. You can be proactive, and that's very important when you're dealing with credit agencies or collection companies.
Okay, and one thing you mentioned there was actually making payments. Can you sort of pitch an idea and say, okay, this is what I think I can do, put up a payment plan?
Absolutely.
Okay.
A lot of times collection companies have bought the debt for sometimes less amount than what the original debt was, so that can afford you the opportunity to even negotiate the debt. If you really think that that's not your debt, number one, you may be able to get it removed off your credit report, but if it is your debt, you may be able to ask for a reduced payment. You could ask for reduced the interest or penalties to be removed, or a less of amount if you can full pay that amount, or you can even establish payment arrangements. So those agencies can work with you. That's why it's important to take action, because without that, then that just continues to grow, and it impacts your credit reports. So that's another issue with that.
Okay, so I'm getting the main point here is to go ahead and take action, but let's say, somebody missed a couple mail drops, maybe did not read the letters. What is the most severe penalty you can have?
Well, a lot of people, I get a question all the time, can I actually go to jail for this? And not in most cases from that situation. But there are things, if you do not respond, they can take you to court. And there can be a judgment that if you don't show up for court, there can be a judgment issued against you, which can allow them to attach to your wages through your employer, so they can reduce your paycheck or reduce funds out of your checking account or your savings account. So those judgments are serious business, and you don't want to miss a court date. So the likelihood of you going to jail for a collection item is not normally the plan, but there are steps that can cause you to lose income. And sometimes that could be very scary, that if you're getting your paycheck and then all of a sudden it's been garnished, that's going to throw you out of balance. So you want to be in charge of taking action early on so that you're in front of this and you can dictate how this is going to get settled out. And there's nothing wrong with actually looking for help if you can't do it yourself. Getting the help of an attorney or something.
Absolutely. Well, we are hearing you loud and clear. Thank you so much, Marquita.
Thank you.